Right, this is Linton the Swarm Vassal, Bellator light heavyweight contender, and you're watching the MMA Crypt Fighting Talk Show.
Hey Cryptos, fight fans, it's Gregory Stoney watching my Crypt Fight Talk show. On today's show, I want to talk about Alex Reid. Obviously, Alex is set to make his Bellator MMA debut, Bellator 158, in roughly 6 weeks' time at the O2 Arena in London. It's been a highly anticipated event, this one. Even before we had any fights announced on the fight card, I believe a lot of us MMA fans in the UK have really been looking forward to this one. Finally, a Bellator event over in the UK. Obviously, I've been watching Bellator on the Viva channel, Spike TV, Channel 5, been treated to it over here. And finally, we get a live event here, which is pretty cool. And we get a lot of UK fighters, which is absolutely awesome. We've had Michael Page, Linton Vassell, flying the flag over there, but it's about time we had some guys over here. Now can I forget Liam McGarry, the champion? Sorry, Liam. Forgot to mention you there. But the boys have been doing the business over there. We had the British invasion. Now, why don't we have the American invasion or something? The world invasion over in the UK. I bet that. But it's headlined by Thompson, Kimbo Slice 2. Absolutely incredible to have Kimbo Slice over in the UK. He has a little tripe in his last two fights, but who cares? It's Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice over in the UK. It's absolutely cool that they're bringing him over. Really cool. Shows how much they're really taking the UK market serious, to be honest with you, as well, which is really awesome. Hopefully, we'll get it live and no tape delay. Who really wants to watch Bellator on tape delay? That was absolutely annoying. You know what I mean? You want to shake your TV. Like, I know the result now. I know the result. What's the fucking point of watching it? Anyway, let's go to Alex Reid. Somewhat surprised me with the news, to be honest with you. If you look at Bellator recently with Royce Gracie and Ken Shamrock and all that, you wouldn't be surprised. But for some reason, it still surprised me, Alex Reid signing Bellator. I don't know why. I don't know why it took me by surprise. Obviously, he's been fighting UK One Rules on UCMA. He's been doing a bit of commentary, this, that, the other, charity work. He's been doing a bit of everything. He told me jack of all trades. That's what he is at the minute, jack of all trades. He seems like he really wants to finish his career off with he told me, this was Alex Reid's words when he spoke to me. He said he wanted to finish off his career with a Apollo Creed, Rocky type of fight. And if you watched his fight with Luke Saenz, it was sort of that. You know, he had a big gash in his lip. You know, they was in the pocket, really trading with each other. Obviously, it started off a distance to begin with, but once they got trading, it was on. Alex was quite dominant in the fight, to be honest with you. And then Saenz sort of took over midway through. But was that enough to satisfy Alex Reid's urge for that type of fight? I'm not so sure. Now, this gets my cogs turning, gets me thinking. Obviously, as a fight fan, who would really suit Alex Reid in his Bellator May debut? There's been no opponent announced officially as yet. Obviously, a rematch with Rodney Moore is apparently on the cards. Well, sort of rematch. They had a kickboxing bout a few years back. Close fight, very close. Alex Reid was on the wrong end of a decision in that one. It was 2-round fights, kickboxing. We all know Alex Reid. He likes to Muay Thai plum. He likes to pull him down and smash those knees into you, clinch up with you. He can't do that with those gloves on, to be fair. They look really big, those gloves. Easily 12-ounce gloves there. What he had on. So, obviously, with MMA gloves on, he can work the Thai plum and the Thai clinch a whole lot better. Get a good grip of Rodney Moore and smash some knees into him. But I don't really like him. I don't really want him to fight Rodney Moore. It's not a fight that really gets my juices flowing and turns me. If Alex Reid is going to go on the big stage in Bellator, and let's be honest now, Bellator will be his last stop. You know, you don't miss up that sort of opportunity. Bellator is a massive promotion, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on this. And it's, to be honest with you, it's the way Alex Reid should go out. No disrespect to UCMA. Alex Reid should go out on a big show, and this is his opportunity. So what type of opponent would suit Alex Reid going out on top at Bellator? Now, I see two fights for Alex Reid. Obviously, he has to win this one first. If he loses this Bellator debut fight at Bellator 158, I do not see him getting another fight at Bellator. So it's very, very important that Alex Reid wins his debut fight. Now, there's been a bunch of guys calling him out. Obviously, it's Alex Reid. I believe... I want to get to that one in a minute. But Alex definitely has to win this fight. I would like to see him. I'm going to give my personal opinion quick here first. That's what I want to do. I would personally like to see him fight Colin the Freak Show Fletcher. Freak Show, he didn't really get his just desserts in the UFC. 2 wins, 2 losses. And I feel like he's somewhat screwed over a little bit. You know, as a Colin fan, I just feel a little bit upset. And, you know, the guy's been doing pretty well in BAMMA. and he's fighting a made for the cage against John Maguire in about 2 weeks' time. If he comes out of that fight healthy, I really want to see Colin Fletcher step up another weight class to middleweight possibly and fight Alex Reid at Bellator. I think it'd be a seller. And because it has to be on the main card, Alex Reid has to be on the main card, and right now it looks like he's on the undercard. And it all depends on his opponent to push him up there. They put Matt Godby and James Mulhera on the main card. I love those two guys. I love that fight. That's a fight I've been lobbying for since, what was it, about a year and a half ago when Matt Godby won the BAMMA title. No, was it? No, about a year ago. I was trying to lobby for that fight. James Mulhera lost his belt to Ruben Wolf made for the cage, broke his leg in the process. Things went downhill, so I figured that fight would never happen and nobody would ever pick up James Mulhera. BAMMA didn't even pick up James Mulhera. So Bellator to come over and pick up James Mulhera. This guy's an up-and-comer. He's absolutely exciting. James told me he's a grappler at heart, but if you look at his fighting style, he likes to fight long range. He closes the distance really, really quick from these looping overhands, these looping hooks. Backs his opponent against the cage. He's going to plant one on your chin and put you to sleep, or he's going to back you to the cage and look to take you down and look for a submission and ground and pound. Absolutely incredible, exciting fighter. Looking at his physique, his frame, you would not think that he's like a 3-round fighter. He's been fighting big, heavy, strong dudes, super heavyweights, I would say, personally. He wrestles them down, he swings wild for like 3 rounds straight, and the guy never gets gassed. Cardio for days. He's a very deceptive looking guy, that's for sure. But I'm really glad that he picks up James Mulhera. And look at Matt Godby. This guy, he goes over to the Bellator in the States, big debut, gets injured, comes back, fights Congo, gets re-injured, so I believe, retires. He must have retired about 3 times over the past 3 years. The guy's back. He's won a BAMMA title. Impressive victory over Paul Taylor. And he's got another shot in Bellator, which is absolutely fantastic. He looks incredible in his last 2 fights. Heavy hands. Matt Godby has absolutely incredible heavy hands. He does get hit and get a lot, but his range in this fight against James Mulhera, it's a tricky fight for James Mulhera. And I think James Mulhera should really, really look at that Paul Taylor fight against Matt Godby. And I will be having James Mulhera on the show. I've opted up. It's arranged. James Mulhera will be on the show in the next few days. So I'll be breaking down the Matt Godby fight. Absolutely incredible for you guys. And for me, I love having the UK guys on this show. Absolutely incredible. And James Mulhera, an absolute fantastic talent coming up. So depending on what gets said on the Fighting Talk show there, maybe I'll get Matt Godby on. But I don't want to cover too much of one event or one fight. So one side should be enough. But who knows? Anyway, let's get back to Alex Reid. So who will push Alex Reid up to that main event status? Not main event, main card status. Well, there's a few names out there. The crazy one, which I want to leave till last, and that was Lightning Lee Murray. I want to dig into that one and read up the article. Lightning Lee Murray behind bars in Turkey is releasing statements on Alex Reid, so I want to get to that in a minute. So the first one, let's talk about it. Who should we go with? There's been a few, so let's go with Jimmy Justice Miller. Now, Miller, the name rings a bell. This one's spelled M-I-L-L-A-R, not M-I-L-L-E-R, which is Mayhem Miller. This guy's like the UK version of Mayhem Miller. I don't believe he's as out there as Mayhem Miller. I don't believe he's as crazy and done dumb shit like Mayhem Miller. But he's pretty out there. But this guy's entertainment value. This guy is entertainment. The skits he does, the entertainment value, what he does. And he's been calling out Alex Reid for many, many years now. And I believe when you call out somebody and you're really lobbying for a fight for so many years, it's time you give him the goddamn fucking fight. Okay? Now, is this more of a fight for Usain May? I believe so. I believe this is more of a Usain May fight, Alex Reid versus Jimmy Justice Miller. Easily headline. Entertainment. Good scrap for the local crowd. Is it Bellator worthy? Maybe not, but what's he got? I think he's got a 6-3 record. The fucking guy was fighting on that 5 versus 5 fucking crazy fight thing in Russia, or whatever it was. He was on there fucking fighting away with his team. What else? The guy's crazy. He does fucking yeah. But in terms of entertainment, you really want to turn up the volume on something and really hype up a fight. This guy will get a fight hyped up. So if Bellator looking to bring in the ratings, they bring this guy on board. But is it enough to get on the main card? I don't believe so. So no, Jimmy Justice Miller, not for this one. Okay, the next one, guys, it's Tony the Rhino Giles. Now, this guy, I'm going to nickname him the Walking Terminator. I'm not sure you read, but fucking Tony Giles got fucking shot in the face. Okay, there's a big brawl breaking out, apparently. His brother was fighting at the caravan park. They went to see the mum. There's a big family feud between the gypsies. And Tony was going to see what was going on. Apparently, he's running down and he got fucking shot in the face. That's not the remarkable part. The remarkable part is, or shall I say, fucking shocking, crazy part. But it is remarkable. He was fucking in the cage 2 weeks later fighting. He said the rhino's skin's tough. It heals quickly. The guy's fucking loopy. He believes he won the first fight against Alex Reid, the UK1 fight. He's lobbying for a rematch. I don't believe he's lobbied for a Bellator rematch. But he seems to have it in for Alex Reid. There's no hatred. They did really good things for some good charities in the first fight. But he's lobbying for a rematch against Alex Reid at some point, and Bellator would be a nice way to get those two to have a fight. But again, I believe, just like Jimmy Justice Miller, this is a UK1 bout. I don't believe it's a Bellator bout, and one that they want to sort of promote, because you never know what's going to be dug up. When it comes to Bellator and stuff like that, shit can be dug up, and, you know, if a guy gets shot in the face, I'm pretty sure there's some more fucking other stuff to dig up about them guys, and some of the rivalries that have gone on. And, well, then again, they had War Machine, but that was under fucking Bjorn Rebney, so I believe Scott Coker's a little bit more. He's trying to run a professional ship here, and he probably want to try and stray away from that sort of media attention. I think it's fucking great, personally, but, you know, I believe that's Dave O'Donnell likes that gangster type shit, you know. That'll suit you, send me down to the ground, that type of stuff, you know. Tony Giles talk about getting shot in the face. His rhino skin can't be penetrated by a bullet, so Alex Reid fucking pussy punches ain't going to affect him, nothing. So that's the sort of talk that you want on UCMA, not on a Bellator event. So I don't believe that Tony the Rhino Giles will get the shot, to be honest with you. I don't think he's lobbying for it anyway. But it's definitely a name that Alex Reid could face, and somebody who's really interested in fighting Alex Reid. Right, so that's two guys out of the way, two UCMA guys. I believe Alex Reid can potentially face him down the road in the future, possibly UCMA. But like I said, I do believe Alex Reid should retire at Bellator, basically. I do believe he should aim for 2 fights at Bellator, but apparently he's in debt. I don't really want to get into financial things here, but it plays a major part in in decision making and how long you want to fight for. He says he does it because it keeps him going, gives him something to basically live for. But he does want to stray into doing commentating, etc., interviews, whatnot. So he does want to stick around MMA, but in terms of fighting, I do believe he should try and hang it up at Bellator and potentially look for doing 2 fights. So we skipped those 2 guys. They're a no-go in my opinion. I don't want to see Rodney Moore. No offense, tough grizzly Irish guy. Damn, he looks like he's going to fucking slice your face up, fucking stab you in the neck for just looking at him wrong. He's fucking stocky, stocky Irish nutcase, it looks like, but the kickboxing fight, it was okay, but it was nothing crazy exciting. And they've already fought before, it was close. I know Alex can do things differently with the gloves and whatnot, but I just don't want to see that. So that eliminates 3 guys in all for me. I don't actually see the Rodney Moore fight going ahead, because it would have gone ahead by now. It would have done. It hasn't gone ahead. It hasn't. And that tells me something's not right here. Something's dragging on, and what's dragging on? The fact that Alex Reid's on the undercard, the fact that he's fighting Rodney Moore. Is it because he's fighting Rodney Moore that he's on the undercard? No disrespect to Rodney Moore, but a few people know him from old school MMA fans know him, and a couple of people know him because he's in Norman Park's corner. Unless you live in Ireland, you don't really know Rodney Moore in the UK MMA scene. Everyone knows Alex Reid, so you need that big name, that big massive name out there. What's gonna, really get the fans' attention for it to be on a main card. And if you don't get that, and Alex Reid does stay on the card, you need a biggish fight. But Alex Reid said he wants that Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed type of fight. Now, this next guy will give him that fight, but I'm going to save that till last, actually. Not this next guy, it'll be the guy after. Because I want to tie this show in a way, because I've got a bit of another news story at the end of this. So I'm going to sort of tie it in. And I've not fully read upon what he's been saying after I spoke to him. So I'll check that in a minute. But I want to get to Lightning Lee Murray. Now, this is a guy who could fucking take from the undercard to main event. If Alex Reid faced Lee Murray. Lee Murray got out of a fucking Turkish prison and actually made it to the Bellator cage and fought Alex Reid. That would be a main event, okay? That would probably top Kimball versus fucking Thompson. That really would. And I don't see it happening. I think it's a lot of bullshit. It makes no sense why it's been said, to be honest with you. The only thing I can think of, and it's something that Alex Reid in a recent interview said that he doesn't want to do, and that's create a pantomime. The Alex Reid pantomime, he doesn't want it to take over the card in a way, but let's be honest, it is. It's what you do best, Alex. Okay? There's no point in... I don't even think he's hiding from it. I think he's behind it. So I'd say, but Lee Murray and Alex Reid, they keep in contact. They're quite close, very friendly. I know in the MMA world, even people who fought each other, they're all friends. They stay friendly, they talk. But I believe this is just to hype up the fight. Oh, fucking Lee Murray just wants to get the papers and talk some shit. But should we read the article? I'm going to read the article out to you guys. Let me go and find it, okay? So I'll skip to it in just a minute because there's no point you fucking guys waiting. So in about 2 seconds, we'll be skipping to the article. You ready? Okay, we've got some bad news, Cryptids. I couldn't find the article. It seems to have disappeared. From what I can recall, the title read, Katie's ex-boyfriend is threatened by bank robber heist fucking mastermind behind bars or something like that. And then it goes into it. Lee Murray's apparently chomping at the bit. He's training hard. His friend's just been released who was involved in the robbery with him. And he feels like he's going to be released soon. In time for Alex Reid. He's heard Alex Reid's fight again. And it spurred him on to train hard, be focused, and he wants to go out and smash Alex Reid. Now, I just don't believe that's true because they keep in contact, they're close friends, and I don't see why he would have to... I'd understand him wanting to fight Alex Reid, and obviously wanting to fight again. But I just don't see him chomping at the bit and really, he's got all this desire to fight Alex Reid. Unless they've had a personal conversation, something's gone sour recently, it's just not happening. I believe he's done it as a favour to Alex to bring a bit of attention to Bellator and his debut. And I believe that's where the pantomimes come in. And Alex is good at that. He said he's not interested in that. But I believe that's what he's good at, and that's what he brings to the table. And he's a good fighter too. Now, everybody always criticised Alex like he's some sort of pussy, all the fans. Let's get one thing straight now. Alex Reid's been in this game for a very, very long time. You want to talk about Ian Freeman, you want to talk about James Thompson. Even before, probably before Paul Daly got into the sport. I don't know, Paul Daly's been training for many years and now he's been in the sport since an early age, maybe his teens I think it is. But he's been around from like the early 2003. That's pretty early in the UK MMA scene, to be fair. He's one of the main first guys, along with the Buckland twins and stuff. But all these fans really knocking on him just because he gained some celebrity status and he went on Celebrity Big Brother. The guy can fight, he's legit. Watch him fight. He's not Tate Bostwick. Fucking, who the fuck knocks Tate Bostwick? He got submitted in his early days, but fucking need him right in the chops and knocked him out. Fine, he was coming in swinging, looping punches there, and all you have to do is stay on the centre line and smash your knee. But, no, Alex Reid's no joke. And there's one thing I like about Alex Reid too. He's honest. Listen to his interviews. He's really honest. He lays it all out there. He's a genuine, kind-hearted guy, and he's honest. He's really honest, considering the amount of hate he gets from the fans. He's very open and honest in his interviews. He doesn't try and shy away from any questions. He speaks passionately. And I cannot but like the guy, admire the guy. I'm definitely an Alex Reid fan, and that's probably why I cover his stuff until he retires and try and give him a show even after he's retired. Because he's literally a genuine guy. And I feel like he's somewhat very disrespected by the MMA fans, to be fair. He's faced some of the best in the world, especially in the UK MMA scene. He may have lost a few over time, but he's been near the top of the game. And he's brought a lot to the UK MMA scene. His fight with Tonko Watson has not been outdone in terms of media coverage ever since. It did wonderful things. And it was a cracking fight to boot as well. Just look at the Tonko Watson fight. He fought his heart out in that. Fought like a warrior. His back was up against the wall. And I think that's the way he likes it. I think he likes... If you watched his Bama fight back in what? It was about 2012 or something. He said he wasn't happy with that performance. And I believe it's because his back wasn't up against the wall. When his back's up against the wall and everyone's against him, all these doubters, and they're criticising him, that's when he comes out and competes at his best. And I think that's what he needs here. But also he needs a big shit talker. And when I was researching for the article, I've just come up with something, and it's a name, a very big name, who probably would get Alex Reid sort of hyped up and emotional for the fight, because he has to be emotional. You know, everyone talks about sports psychology. No, fuck sports psychology. All you need is motivation. It's not about sports psychology and this, that, the other, the mental aspects of the game. It's all about, you go through the motions regardless. You have no choice but to go through the motions. And you just get used to the emotions. You get numb to it, or you just get used to it. Now, what you need, the main ingredient, is motivation. And I believe that a certain fighter could give him that, but also you fans fuel wheel him. The more hatred he sees, but what's the tipping point of it outweighing and bringing him down? You know, that's the... Because he's had so many fights where he's had the fans against him and the shit talking, but hopefully with Bellator being a big fight, it'll spur him on. But I like to see him do well to prove all the fans wrong, because I believe he gets somewhat disrespected and it's somewhat uncalled for. But everyone's entitled to an opinion. You're sports fans, you watch the stuff, you watch the fights, you pay for the fights, so you're entitled to your opinion. But it's quite a shame seeing it treated the way he does, just because he's gained a bit of celebrity fame. They all seem to think that he was some shit Ami fighter or something, or just starting out and he got some celebrity status. And he's been around the game for a very long time, and he's done a lot since he's used his celebrity status since he's got it to help UKMA, and you can't deny that. It's not a lie, that's a true fact. And I think he does get the respect from his fellow fighters, he really does. A lot of them won't say it, they pretend that they don't, but deep down, he's respected by many fighters in the UK scene. He really is. But in terms of Lee Murray, this fucking guy gets out, regardless of Alex Reid, whatever, that would be absolutely fucking massive. And somebody should pick him up. I said about Tony Rhino Giles, and now Bellator want to stay from that sort of stuff. But if Lee Murray gets out, he should sign. Somebody should try and sign him ASAP. I don't think the UFC would have him back. Just a little history on the guy. He took Anderson Silva to a decision back in Cage Rage. Jeez, what else did he do? He knocked out Tito Ortiz in a street fight or something. Then he armbarred Jorge Rivera in his debut, looking like he was setting a fight up between him and Tito. And then I believe he got stabbed in the heart, pissing with blood. His heart fucking squirting out blood, and he went to the hospital and they saved him. How the fuck do you get stabbed in the heart, right? And then survive? They should put him against Tony Rhino fucking Giles. Give fucking Lee Murray a gun and give fucking Tony Giles a knife, and see who fucking see who fucking survives. They both fucking survive. See who fucking wins. Jeez, crazy shit. So he got stabbed in the heart, and then apparently after that, he did the big bank robbery thing, and he's been fucked off to Turkey because his dad was Turkish, and he got arrested over there. He's been in jail ever since. I believe one of the guys who was with him killed himself, hung himself, or something. The other guy just got freed. I'm not too sure what he was. I don't really want to go into that too much, to be honest with you. It's not really part of the fighting, but it's just a little bit of background. He was a big deal back in like 2003, 2004, 2005ish. He got arrested in 2005, so I believe. So 11 years he's been incarcerated inside for. So if he makes it out, that'd be fucking huge. Imagine War Machine made it out, you put Lee Murray vs War Machine. But I digress from the point, but I cannot but, get rolling with this shit. Fuck, there must be some promoters out there what must be hoping those two get fucking released and put them against each other. That'd be something to see. Anyway, so let's move on to the next guy. What I've just spotted, who's called out Alex Reid. This guy's called out fucking the Green Ranger. He's called out CM Punk. He's called out everybody, but I really like the guy, and it's the New York Badass Phil Brody. You want to talk about a guy to get up for? This guy will get you up for a fight. Just his reputation alone will get you up for a fight. He's exciting. He likes to get in that pocket, mid-range. Likes to throw heavy bombs to the body, hooks, uppercuts. He's more about the power punches. He likes to sit down his punches. He does get picked apart by the more mobile fighters, the more loose fighters, in and out, circling off. He has a tendency to get picked apart there. Check out the MMA Sadal fight for that. He has been messing around with his weight, dropping low down. Carol Parisian knocked him out, but she didn't really look good for him. A lot of people question his chin, saying he's done. I don't believe all that sort of stuff, to be honest with you. If you're dropping so much weight, it can make you so much weaker. Who knows? He might have caught him around the bottom. But again, the MMA fans really getting on his back. But he's had a bit of an hard time. I like the New York Badass. I feel sorry for certain fighters. These warriors, these legends who've been around for years, and they get so much shot to fans when they lose a few. It's crazy. I don't like it. So I'd love to see the New York Badass, the American, coming over to the UK, trying to take on our fucking hero, our legend Alex Reid. There's a few people laughing there. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But you're telling me Phil Baroni versus Alex Reid would not push that up to a main event status? I'm going to get James Malone, I'm going to be shit here when I interview him. He's going to be like, "Why are you trying to bump me off the fucking main card here, boy?" But suppose you can put Alex Reid on an undercard and then build him up for his second fight. But here's what I would do with Alex Reid. I'll put him against the New York Badass. Sorry, Colin Fletcher, I've changed my pick here. Since I found the New York Badass, I'm picking the New York Badass here. I believe it's much more winnable fight for Alex Reid, to be fair. I really do. I think it's much more winnable fight than Colin Fletcher. But it also gives us a guaranteed knockout, I think. I believe Colin Fletcher versus Alex Reid has a chance to go to the distance. I believe it will be that Rocky Balboa Creed type of war. They both like to fight at long range. And they both like the Muay Thai clinch. And Alex, since he's gone a bit more muscular, a bit more bulkier, I don't believe he'd be so slick and smooth off his back. I believe he'd be like the Dean Amasinga fight, where he's sort of like a turtle in his shell on his back, flapping his little fucking paws away, not being able to do much. He obviously did have a big cut for that, but he's so bulky now. I just don't see him being agile off his back. Now Colin's very creative at creating transitions off his back, movement, escaping out the back door. He's so creative off his back. So it'll be interesting with Alex being so heavy now, working the ground and pound, all his experience there. Will Colin be able, if he gets taken down, will Colin be able to work something off his back? So that's what makes it a war, and Colin will bring a war. Colin just doesn't stop. Even if he's on his back, he'll throw elbows, etc. He'll make it a bloody fight. He presses the action, he goes forward, and he looks to make it a very painful night for his opponent, and he don't mind getting banged up in the process. That's his mentality right now, and that's why I would like to have seen it. It would have been a very interesting fight. Sort of similar styles, but Alex Reid, the more powerful. They're both pretty seasoned veterans, so the experience, I think they're both experienced, to be fair. And Colin's very creative off the ground, and I wanted to see who would have dominated the clinch and the Muay Thai clinch. Obviously, Colin's will be the smaller guy, but he's no pushover Colin in the clinch, so I really wanted to see that. But yeah, the Phil Baroni fight definitely takes over for me. It really does. I believe that gives Alex a more chance of winning style-wise, and you never know, Phil Baroni can knock you out. Look at Scott Janssen, bang. All it takes is that one punch from the New York Badass Phil Baroni. I think that brings in the fans, it brings Alex up, and I believe if he wins that fight against a big name in the United States like that, I believe it. Obviously, you can't say, "Oh, it's no new up and comer." No, it's not. We know it's not. Neither is Alex. He's a veteran, so it's a veteran versus a veteran. It's a big name versus a big name. It's fun. It's something that's never happened. It could have happened about 10 years ago, but it's happening now. And if he wins, this is what I think the plan should be for him, to get him a big money fight for his second fight. I believe Ken Shamrock should be the third fight for Alex Reid. Now that is a proper legend of MMA in the United States versus our legend in Alex Reid. Maybe not a hero, maybe a bit exaggerated there, but you can judge him as a hero in the UK MMA scene because he's done a lot. He really has. But that'd be our warrior versus their warrior, and I think that's the way you should go. But let's move on to the second part of the show, the second piece of business here. Pretty interesting, to be honest with you. We've got a Bama champion looking for a fight, can't get a fight. He's asking promoters to put him on a card. He wants a fight ASAP. So I let him know about the Alex Reid fight. I told him about Alex Reid wanting an Apollo Creed versus Rocky type of fight, and this guy will definitely dish up Rocky Balboa Apollo Creed fight. He is John Phillips, obviously Welsh, tough bastard. Stalks you down, Chuck Liddell style. Definitely reminds me of Chuck Liddell, the way he stalks you down, sits down his punches, looks to knock you out. That left hand of his, he just throws left hook to the body, left hook to the head. He clipped the top of Coney's head and he knocked him out. He dropped him 3 times, I think, in the fight. Because he does sit down his punches, he does leave his lead right leg out there to be kicked. But he just leaves it there. He's like, kick it, I'm going to fucking knock you out. Kick my leg and I'm going to smack you. Simple as that. So if you're looking for a Apollo fucking Rocky type of fight, this is a guy to really dish it out to you. But I don't think it's one that you really want. You really got to circle off to the lead hand on this guy. Kick his leg, circle off to the lead hand and fucking Just try and kick his fuck out of his leg until it gives way and hoping that he doesn't fucking connect. That's really the only way with this guy. We've got Jack Marshman fighting tonight. Alex Reid said he would like to fight him. If he's on his best day, he'd like to fight him. Another tough Welsh guy. Obviously, Marshman's more same sort of style. Likes to pressure, but obviously got more combinations, a little bit better boxing. But I don't believe he's got the power. He's got some power, but not the same as John Phillips. John Phillips been around as well. This is another guy who's been around the UK scene. Him and Marshman. Marshman knocked out Chain Mills in Cage Warriors. And he didn't get followed up on. Cage Warriors went down. He didn't get followed up on, and it's missed. Yeah, he's fighting tonight, wins, but didn't get followed up on. John Phillips wins the bantam middleweight title against Corney, and Corney was a serious fighter. Well, he is a serious fighter, but a serious champion. And if you watch what he did to Andy Devent, Lion Bar, he fucked him up, severely fucked him up. That was brutal to watch. This guy's no joke, serious kickboxer. And John Phillips fucking made it look easy. He walked through him. The term walked through him. It's true in that fight. Go and watch it. It was absolutely devastating. You know, he's always been like a bit of a power puncher. He doesn't show off the abs. He's not got these big ripped muscles or anything like Alex Reid. But a guy, it's like a fucking truck. You know, he dropped many of opponents. Ran the old cage race days, like Alex Reid was. Alex Reid was there a little bit before him, but he come up through the same ranks as Alex pretty much. Obviously, Alex was in the more regular local shows way before, but sort of followed the same sort of path in terms of the UK scene, which many did really, to be honest with you, coming through the London ranks with Dave O'Donnell, etc. Obviously, it's changed a bit, the landscape over the past few years, but John Phillips, definitely a guy who really deserves a break here, and I believe the Alex Reid fight would be very nice for him. So let's get up the tweets what I posted to John Phillips and see what he said back. And I want to see what he said since then, because I did notice that he posted, "Do you want to see me fight Alex Reid at Bellator?" So he's game for this. He wants to fight Alex Reid at Bellator. But the fact is, the guy, before I get on to the tweets, the guy can't get a fight at the minute. Apparently, this guy's ducking him. They don't want to fight him. Lion Paul said he'll take him on, which is a cracking fight. Andy Devent, serious wrestler, serious grappler. But also the guy can bang too. So Andy Devent, that's a good opponent for the future. Maybe a Bama title defense there. But I'd like to see these Bama champions. Matt Godby, heavyweight champion. I like to see him defend his belt at Bama, and I like to see John Phillips get on there and defend his belt at Bama. Maybe Alex Reid for the Bama middleweight title. Why not? Why not do it? That's a big fight. It's a big fight to push up to main card. Make the main card like 6 instead of 5. I don't think you can make it 6. But it could be the last prelim, maybe. Anyway, let's get on to the tweets, because I actually like that idea, and maybe roll with that. So let's go on to the tweets now before I start talking more. Right, see you in a second with the tweets, guys. Okay, guys, so we'll skip. I'm looking over here because there's me on the screens over here, so that's why I'm looking over here. I don't know why I like to look at myself, but we won't get into that anyway. Right, so Alex Reid, I got through all a bit with John Phillips about basically, you know, not having a fight with anyone fighting, but lying about, etc. Then as we're wrapping things up, I thought, why not mention Alex Reid? So I mentioned the Alex Reid thing, and this is what I said to him. Thank you for your response, John Phillips and May. Alex Reid has no opponent officially, and he told me personally that he is looking for a Creed Rocky type of fight before retiring. Would you oblige him, Mr. Space in that one, that type of fight at John Phillips and May? John Phillips responded back to that. Let's get it up. I'll happily be clubbing Lang in that fight, so that's Clubber Lane, obviously, Clubber Lang. Mr. T, interesting that, well, I don't know who. He'd be more like the fucking Rocky, wouldn't he, John Phillips, in that fight? But Clubber Lang, that definitely suits him down to the ground. So maybe not Polo Creed, Rocky, maybe Clubber Lang versus Rocky there. And I'd say that fight, I really do like that fight. Alex Reid should jump all over this right now. I really do. I think this is a fight to make. I've said the fights I like, obviously Colin first, and then I went with the New York Badass. I like the fights. I like the thought of an American, a Yank coming over, a New Yorker. Obviously, New Yorkers are tough little bastards, you know. The New York Badass, he really is a badass. Also, he knows how to hyper fight and talk the talk. And Alex gets his like sympathy vote. He's more the traditional martial artist, but all about the respect. Lays it all on the line, honest. But he's a true warrior once he gets in there, you know. Fights with his heart and spirit. Phil Brown is the same sort of way, but he's like that bully, you know. You know, wants to take your head off, just dominate you, take your fucking wife, take your missus, beat your eye, knock you out, take your misses, take everything you own. He's that sort of type of guy. And I don't know. He's a nice guy. I've actually spoken to him personally. He looks. He's one of those guys who comes across different than what he is, to be fair. But I think that's more part of his character and the way he's on the screen. But let's get past the New York badass Phil Brownie. John Phillips, definitely a guy. I do like it. I believe the X Factor is actually the Bantam middleweight title. I believe that is the X Factor. Alex Reid fight for the Bantam middleweight title on a Bellator event all around the world. Absolutely massive. I actually don't think anything more needs to be said. I really don't. Let's go to the rest of the tweets, and I think we're good here, guys. I think we've actually hit the nail on the head. This is the fight to make. They need to make it. So let's get on back. Let's get back onto my other tweets here. Yeah, so since I spoke to him, I thought so. Me versus Alex Reid on the next Bellator show. Fireworks, people's thoughts. So let's read out a couple of responses since then. Get on 158, I'm going, and I think he's still looking for an opponent. That's from Mike at Mike BMac. Will Jones at Will_Ginge. Is this 100%? Is this 100% JP? Not yet, but hopefully it will be. Like I mentioned there, the fact there is the middleweight title, in my opinion. I think the fight gives Alex that, well, maybe not the Creed Rocky fight I was looking for, but it gives him the Club Lang fucking fight, and that's a good one to have, to be honest with you. Alex is a smart guy, intelligent. It's tough to say because John Phillips is with Kavanagh now at SBG, and that guy's he's a tactician, you know. But the best way to let you fight a fight is let them do what they do best. But obviously, just said a couple of things to take Reid out. But Reid's an intelligent guy, and he could try and solve that big left hand of fucking John Phillips. He'll need to, that's for sure. But what a fight there, guys. Right, so I'm going with either Colin Fletcher, the New York badass Phil Brownie, or I'm going with John Phillips. There's my three. I've excluded the three previous. I don't see them happening. Who was it now? Tony Viral Giles, Rodney Moore, and Jimmy Justice Miller. That was it. Sorry, guys, it's getting late here. I've had a late one. You can tell by my eyes, I'm half asleep. But I really wanted to do this video, especially after talking to John today. I really wanted to do this video. But we're wrapping things up here. So thankfully I can get some rest. Edit this thing though first. I've got to get it out. I have to get it out. I really want to get it out. So if you like the fight, guys, get tweeting Bellator, Scott Coker, Alex Reid, tag John Phillips in it. You seen his Twitter handle there a minute ago. Get tagging them all in it. If you like the fight, get it happening. Believe me, your fans speak more than what you think. You really do. The promoters will put on the fights that you guys want. You may not think it, but believe me, you get enough retweets, enough people saying Scott Coker pays attention to this sort of stuff. He will. He's a smart guy. If people want to see John Phillips for the Bantam middleweight title, tag Bama in there. Why would Bama turn down their title on their Bellator event all around the world? It's just going to add eyes to their promotion. Alex Reid involved. You know what he can bring to the table, right? Seriously. If you like the fight, get on it. And it'd be nice to see a UK talent, a Welsh talent like John Phillips get the shot and defend his belt on such a stage. It'd be absolutely incredible. So, get tweeting, guys. But from today's show, guys, check out my crypto if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button to all you fight fans who are not cryptos already and become a crypto. And from today's show, as always, guys, you know the score. Thank you for watching.